Dr. Sean Stephenson was predicted to not survive at birth because of a rare bone disorder that stunted his growth and caused his bones to be extremely fragile. Despite the odds, Sean persevered, and his drive took him all the way to the White House where he worked as a young man. He went on to college and eventually earned his doctorate. The Biography Channel produced an hour-long feature on his life called The 3-Foot Giant. His journey has inspired millions of people around the world. Count among his fans Sir Richard Branson, President Bill Clinton, and His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama. Sean has appeared on everything from Oprah to Jimmy Kimmel, in addition to online videos with tens of millions of views. Over the past 22 years, Sean's powerful message has been heard at live events in nearly all 50 states and in 15 countries around the world. His latest book, Get Off Your Butt, has been translated into 10 different languages. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Sean Stephenson.
Make it worth our time. Everybody take a deep breath in through your nose and hold it like it's the first breath of your life. And let it out as if you're breathing out all the pain and the problems that you've been carrying for quite too long. You know, something's not right. On it, you can sell it on eBay now. Clock's not working. I don't think you're going to like me going on for hours, but you might want to get that one. There we go. Thank you. So we're going to have some fun, and we're going to go to some places inside our mind and our heart that maybe you've never visited, and that's okay. I want you to know that I am both a speaker that is very woo-woo and like open-minded to believe that there's magic floating around us at all times. But I'm also extremely grounded. I'm a capitalist and I like to make me some money. And I think I'm in a good crowd for that, yes? So you're gonna wanna take some notes during this talk, and you're gonna wanna take notes for two reasons. You have 2 ears. Most of you, from what I can see, have 2 ears. One ear you're going to listen to for your family and your friends and your downline and your colleagues and everybody in your life around you that matters to you. You're going to take notes for them right now. But then you have that second ear. That's where I want you to listen for you. I want you to think about, how can I embody this material? I don't care if you're a Purple Heart, Lucky Charm, XYZ in this damn company. You can still learn from people, right? I've been blessed to travel the world and look into the eyes of so many souls. And I can tell you right now that I love you. And I promise you, there are some people in this room, they're not going to say anything. because they're overwhelmed by the number of supporters I got here right now. But there's some people in this room that are like, if he knew me, he wouldn't love me. I'm messed up. You should see my personal life. It's just a wreck. No, I love you too. And the reason why I love you is because you're human. You know, people ask all the time throughout life, like, oh, what's your favorite animal? Is it a dolphin, sweetie? Is it a puppy? Is it a horse? No, mine is a human. I love humans. Clap if you're human. You know you're pandering to the audience when you say, clap if you're human, like, who's not gonna clap there, right? But look, I've been a therapist for 16 years. I've sat across the room from individuals who have been the most successful in business, the most successful in entertainment and sports. And I've sat with these individuals because I have a unique therapy practice where I see a client only one time, but for 12 hours in a row. And we peel back the layers in the 12 hours together of who are you really from who have you told yourself that you are. And you have all told yourself a bunch of lies. And it's not your fault. Your family, your friends, this society has sold you that you, my friends, are not enough. I was born for a very specific purpose. But before I tell you my purpose, I want you to write down this question. Commit it to memory. Make it your takeaway from this event. Why were you born? Why? And as much as we love this company, I'm here to tell you that it's bigger than selling these products. And as much as we love making money, it's bigger than making money. And as much as we love our family, it's bigger than our family. I'm here to tell you that you were born with a purpose that is so big that it would make you nervous if it just showed up one day like it will. I believe in mentorship. That's why I love network marketing, because it's really more than just about how do you make money by looking at the people that have more and, ooh, please, can I get to your level because I'd like to drive a nicer car? No, what it is, it's looking up to say, hey, what do you think about life? How do you deal with stress? What books are you reading? What thoughts do you have? What insights are you willing to share? And I've been mentored by some of the best in the world. I spent time being mentored by President Clinton, the Dalai Lama, Tony Robbins, some of the greatest minds that still walk this earth. And you know what I've learned? I've learned that every single human being is connected. I'm going to prove to you that everybody in this room shares something in common. Right now, we're going to do an activity. Raise your hand if you've ever been happy. You don't have to be happy now. Okay, put your hands down. Raise your hand if you've ever been sad. Okay, put your hands down. Raise your hand if you think you're sexy. I have some bad news for you. The bad news is I caught a few of you looking around for approval on that one. Hey, Marge, am I sexy? So what do we all share in common? We share emotions. Repeat after me. We all have emotions. And that's what brings us together as a human race. It's our conditions. Look, I'm not going to be here on this stage and look at you and say, oh, I know what you're going through. I don't have a clue what you're going through. I didn't live in your body. I didn't grow up with your parents or more than likely in your neighborhood. I don't have your past set of experiences and traumas and pains and regrets and hurts. I don't know what it's like to be you. There's only one thing I'm really an expert on, and that's how to be me. And I do it well. How to do you really well. Because we have to answer that question, why were you born? I was born for a specific reason. One of my mentors sat me down one day and he said, Sean, why were you born? And then I kept saying over and over, I was born because of this, I was born because of that. And each reason I gave him, he was like, that's not it, that's not it, nope, nope. And this went on for about an hour and a half. And if somebody asks you the same question over and over and over for about 90 minutes, you get really frustrated that you're not getting the right answer. You're like, I don't even care that I was born now. Why? Just tell me why I was born. And this is what human beings do. They make mistakes and they fall down and they have errors. And then they go, oh, I don't know what to do with my life anymore. Will you tell me what to do? And then they get bossed around and they're like, why does everybody tell me what to do? Maybe because you asked them. So I'm sitting with my mentor. Why was I born? And finally I just got really driven. I looked him dead in the eye and I said, I was born to rid this world of insecurity. And the hairs on the back of his neck stood up, and he said, yes, you were. And that's when I realized in that moment that what I am doing is much bigger than being a speaker. What I'm doing is much bigger than being an author and having books and the nice little fancy intro video stuff. What I'm doing is so much bigger than making money. What I'm doing is so much bigger than my own brain can comprehend. Because I get up in the morning and when my eyes open, it doesn't matter where in the world I am, I get up for you. I get up for you and you are the human race. I am driven with God's caffeine in my soul. Stand for a tin pot up here. Just chill out. Save that for the end if you want, okay? All right. Why were you born? You gotta ask that. You gotta have people hold you accountable to why were you born? Because you need God's caffeine. I don't care if you're like, I don't believe in God. Blah, 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 blah. You don't need to believe in anything. I'm not telling you how to live your life. I'm telling you how I live mine. And you're going to either like it or you're not. And guess what? I don't care. And the reason why I don't care if you like me is because I love you. I don't need your approval anymore. I don't need your validation anymore. And the reason why, because I've done enough work on myself and on the human race to recognize that if I seek your validation, that means I don't have my own validation. Every morning when you wake up and your eyes open, you better validate yourself. Not because, oh, look at the car in the driveway. Oh, look how much my bank account. Ooh, the third leg is huge. There are good Mormons in the room. Stop it. You have to get up in the morning and you have to be like, I am enough. You know, when you're having a bad day, I want you to remember something. Your papa and your mama they got together, and Papa gave Mama something that swam to Mama and made you. But you were one of hundreds of millions of options, and you came into this world. Here's what happened. Papa, Mama got together, whether Mama liked it or Daddy really wanted it to happen. All this happened. And it met in the middle, didn't it? And then you began to grow. So let's go back in time, shall we? Let's drop the humor for a moment and let's get real. Imagine right now, your age is being rewind to conception. Imagine right now that you just started to divide as cells. And life was beginning to flourish. And curiosity was being born. And love was beginning to grow. And excitement and nourishment. And you began to grow and grow. And life became exciting, and you don't know where you are, but you know you weren't where you are now just that long ago. And you grew, and you became bigger, and you had life in you, and you began to breathe. And your heart started beating, and your senses started coming on, and everything was given to you. Mama sent you everything you need through that umbilical cord, and all you had to do is just be. And you were fed, and you could just enjoy, and you heard her heartbeat. And you were safe, and you were excited. And then one day, things started to shake. You're like, what? No, this is a cushy place. I don't need to go anywhere. I'm comfortable. Leave me alone. And then all of a sudden, you went on a journey that, well, you didn't really buy the plane ticket, so you're like, what the heck? And you're getting squeezed. You're like, stop it. Stop it. And you're getting squeezed, and you're starting to see light. And you're like, my eyes. And nobody's giving you a pair of Ray-Bans yet. You're like, and then you're screaming like, and then everybody's there, and they're catching you, and they're like, ooh, and there's all these smiles, and everybody's like, wow. Meanwhile, you're like, who are you? Who are you? I don't trust you. It's not as warm in here. I don't like it. And then all of a sudden they snip that umbilical cord. And then reality hit you. Oh, not everything's given to me anymore. Oh, now I have to communicate. Now I have to make my needs known. And in the beginning, you have no language. You don't know what you're doing. Everything is brand new. When you're born, everything is just one massive shape. You don't know the differentiation between a man or a woman. You don't have any idea about sexuality or religion or color. You don't know anything. You're just trying to figure it all out, and you're radically out of your comfort zone. Yes, you were radically out of your comfort zone. You had everything born and given to you not that long ago, and now you have to ask for things, and you have no language even to ask. And sometimes they don't give it to you. And then you get older and the cells divide again, and now you start to learn to speak. And you start to have emotion. You see mom or dad walk in the room and you light up. And then you get even older, and now you have dialogue. Now you start talking to people, and you start sharing what you like and what you don't like in the world. But now the world, as you get older, they're not as gentle with you. Well, you should know how to do that by now. Well, that's stupid. Why didn't you say that? Why didn't you do that? Now you're even older. Now you're making mistakes, and you're thinking, why does this have to be so hard? I used to be back inside mom, and everything was given to me, and now somebody just stamped on my heart. So they just tore my heart out. And money's this new thing that you're like, well, why do I have to make so much? And is it ever enough? And then as the years go on and the cells divide and you further your evolution, then you're in a space where you're looking back and you're like forgetting that you once started with it all. That you won the lottery to even be here. Now you're bitter. Now you got scar tissue on your heart. Now you don't know if you trust people. Now you look at people and you say, how can I use them? What can I do? Do they like me? Am I enough? Now you beat yourself up. Now you look in the mirror and you start comparing yourself. I don't look like her. I don't look like him. I don't drive what he has. I'm not as tall as I thought I should be. I'm not as thin. I'm not as this. And you start beating yourself up as if you were a mistake. And then you reach this moment where times get tough. And you start having questions that you're too embarrassed to tell anybody. You start thinking, should I go on? Well, what if I ended all this? I'd be out of all this pain. I wouldn't have to deal with these voices. Maybe the next level is better. And that's where I show up. That's where I knock on the door. And that's why I'm here. Because I'm here to rid the world of insecurity. And insecurity is that feeling that you're not enough. As if when you came into this world, you were given deficiencies, like somebody took things from you. That is the greatest misnomer on the human experience, is that you didn't get enough. It is a lie that the human race tells each other. Oh, well, Sean didn't get a fair little body, he's in a wheelchair, let's all feel sorry for him. Or this guy is a certain color, and let's feel bad for him. Or this person's religion, I don't know if I like that religion, I don't know if I can be friends with this person. And you built up all these stories that you and others are not enough. We need to stop that. I don't care. So it's a privilege to do what I do. I do what I do because it keeps me sane. We teach what we most want to learn. The reason why you're in a health company is because you want to be surrounded by people who are thinking, talking, breathing, eating, experiencing health and wellness. Is that true, yes or no? And the reason why you are in this company is to surround yourself with the type of life that you want to have, the mindset you want to bathe in, the dialogues you want to experience. And I will tell you, when you are not inside this company, inside these circles of personal growth and wellness, you will go out, you will face the masses. And the masses don't want to hear what you have to say sometimes. The masses want to be comfortable again. The masses want things given to them. Oh, just give it to me, just give it to me. As if they're back in the womb. You ain't in the womb no more. You gotta earn your paper, boo-boo. You gotta make your cheddar. And so it is a blessing and a privilege to be able to go into this company and to remind you that you are here far more than to make money and sell these products. This company will evolve. You guys will crush all your sales numbers. That's all wonderful. But that's not why I'm here. I'm here to remind you that you're a human being. And human beings have some funny little features to them. One is that we all are insecure at times. I read a statistic that said 2 out of 3 people are insecure. I say, no, that's not true. 3 out of 3 people are insecure. Now, that doesn't mean that we're always insecure. You are born with cancer cells in your body. Does that mean you need to get cancer? No. We all have cancer cells, but some of us trigger it and some of us don't, based on a variety of different variables. We are all born with insecurities in our mind that happen over time because we start comparing ourselves, because we start developing emotional scar tissue, because we get hurt and we have traumas and we have all these different things. We all have insecurities swimming inside of our mind. The question is, are you triggering your insecurities? I want to teach you how not to trigger them, because I found to rid this world of insecurity, we have to all admit we have insecurities. The moment you meet somebody that puffs their chest out and says, I don't have anything wrong with me, I don't have any insecurities, I'm perfect, I want you to look at them and go, because they are puffing their chest out to try to convince you to not look for the truth. Human beings, it doesn't matter whether I'm dealing with professional athletes that are winning trophies or billionaires that are selling huge IPOs. It doesn't matter who I'm dealing with. Every human being has moments where they get to that small feeling and they look in the mirror and they go, can I do this? Am I enough? What if that person was right? What if this is not in the cards for me to make money? What if I'll never get this degree? What if I'll never find love? We all have these moments. Look, I do this for a living. I've been doing this for 22 years, and I still have days where I get up and I question, am I enough for you? And I have to remind myself, it's not about them, Sean. You have to be enough for you, Sean. I'll show you how powerful this is, because there's a lot of people that just came into this company. Raise your hand if you're pretty new to this company. Team Fusion here. All right, let's see it. Yeah, well, so this next piece is for you. Now raise your hand if you were at the dinner 2 nights ago and I spoke to you. So the leaders, the people that are making the good money that you look up to, I want to share some things with you. When I was speaking to the leaders, the money earners in this company, I asked them to do me a favor. And they had to get out of their comfort zone to do it. I asked them to go onto their smartphone, go to a website, and type in their greatest insecurity, and anonymously hit send. And out of 600 some people in that room, we got almost 500 people that submitted for me. And I'm here to tell you, if you're new in this company, do not think that another human being is more stronger than you, better than you, more capable than you. They just put in more time than you. They just have the strategies and they're implementing them. They're just hustling. They're just going after their dream. They are no different than you. Let me share with you some of the top insecurities, and this is the privilege that I have in my business. Privilege is people open up to me because I open up to people. So I picked out some of the top ones that grabbed my attention. Now, if one of these was yours, please don't jump up and go, ooh, that's me, I'm the one that screwed up. No, don't do that. That's just going to be awkward, okay? Hashtag awkward, save it, okay? Somebody wrote, I'm scared my lies will catch up to me and never allow me to be free. Somebody wrote, I don't think I'm good enough to lead my team. I'm scared people won't follow, and I'm letting them down. I feel I've bitten off more than I can chew. I'm just a normal person. Another person said, I chose to come to HomeComing instead of paying my rent, which is late, and I will have an eviction notice on my door when I get back on Monday, and I fear sleeping in the streets. Another person says, Pete, please don't take me seriously. I'm not good enough. I have fears and I'm going backwards in life. This is the leadership. And it doesn't matter what company I go into, and it doesn't matter what culture or what part of the world I go into, those that are leading the charge have the same set of fears, insecurities, excuses rattling around inside of their psyche that all the masses that look up to them have. The difference is the leaders push through. I get up every morning and I push through. I live a charmed life. I truly live the life of a rock star. I get flown in. I get amazing suites and attention and limos and standing ovations, and I get to sign autographs, and I have all this incredible life. But you know what? That's just for show. The real reason I do all of this is to figure out myself. Who is Sean Stephenson when the chips are down, when everything looks like it's going against him? You know, I know that some of you are afraid that you'll never make enough money in life. And money has a huge impact on our insecurities because it's biological. Money is just a representation throughout time and history of, do you have enough food in the cave? Do you have enough protection in the cave? Do you have enough warmth and clothing to keep you safe during the winters in the cave? And we've lost track that that's what the money is for, is to keep us safe and to expand our abilities on this planet. We started to trade out into a lie that money is a way to show others you've made it. No, that's not true. There are individuals in this company, and I'm not picking on you to make you feel bad. I'm picking on you to wake you up. That no matter how much money you make, you buy another car, you impress, you go out with this other person, you just keep doing all these external things, trying to chase happiness. It's not outside of you. It's not. And I'm a therapist. I work with individuals who have it all. The top, the best. And they come in and they see me and they say, I did it all look at my to-do list, look at my goals, they're all scratched off. Why am I not happy? And I said, because you didn't start with the end in mind, the ultimate end, which is the end of your life. This year, the end of January, I was with 5 of my students. I also teach people how to become professional speakers. How do you develop your message, your delivery, your marketing, and your attitude as a speaker? And I had my top mastermind people in this vehicle. We were visiting one of the students who was going to get open heart surgery, and we're driving from where I live in Phoenix, Arizona to Long Beach, California. And then on our way back from Long Beach, California to Arizona, it's about midnight. And I heard a little voice in my heart say, take off your seatbelt. Now what I'm telling you to do, I don't advocate. I'm not saying it makes sense or it's safe, and I'm not telling you to do this. I'm just telling you what my experience was. I heard a little voice in my heart say, take off your seatbelt and turn around. Now here's what's really interesting about that little voice that comes inside your heart. That's called your intuition. And your intuition will expand you and make you feel lighter, make you feel safer. When that voice comes that makes you feel heavy and constricted, that's fear. That's not the voice you need to be listening to. So I have found over and over that intuition never makes sense. Remember this, intuition doesn't make sense because it doesn't show up with all the facts like fear does. Facts. Fear shows up and says, look at your bank account. Fact, this is how much money there. Fear shows up and says, look at your body, look at the scale, look at what's jiggling, look at this, look at that. Look how many times you've been married, look how many times you had your heart broken or been physically abused. Fact, fact, fact. Fear shows up and supports everything with fact. And then you cower and you're like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, fear. And then you get smaller and smaller and you don't want to play anymore. Intuition doesn't play that game. Intuition doesn't need facts. intuition has divinity to it. Intuition told me, take off your seatbelt. Turn around. And I felt incredibly irresponsible. We're moving at about 75 miles an hour, and I'm taking my seatbelt off and turning around. But I've learned to trust the magical voice inside my heart that opens me up. It keeps me safe. This is why I'm still alive. It's why you're still alive. You've listened to it, haven't you? So I turned around. I started having a conversation with one of my students in the back seat. And out of nowhere, I hear a noise coming from behind me. Sound like, kind of like a garbage can, like we ran into something. And then I see into the eyes of all the other passengers what the Grim Reaper sees. And then I smell fuel, and I smell all these fluids, and then I hear the brakes locking up, and then I see in slow motion people flying out of their chairs. And then I realize we're in the middle of a car accident. And something ran through my mind, maybe where you start to plead with God, where you start to say, whatever you do, keep them safe. See, it was my idea to go on that trip with my students that I love. And I just started pleading to God. I said, I'm ready. You take me, I'm ready, but please keep them safe. Next thing, I blacked out, turned around, and I see an 18-wheeler right in front of me. We had smashed into the back of a tractor trailer going 75 miles an hour. And the reason why it was important that I listened to that voice to take that seatbelt off is because I was sitting in someone's lap and they were able to quickly curl me up and make a cocoon around my body, which they wouldn't have been able to do with the seatbelt the way it was. And in that moment, the airbag didn't go off. It would have slapped into my back going 100 miles an hour, probably broken my spine. My heart was racing, and I started just looking at all of life, thinking, none of my worries matter. It doesn't matter how much money we make. It doesn't matter if people like me. You will hear in business, don't leave money on the table. You're leaving too much money on the table. You know what I heard in that moment? I heard, don't leave a single ounce of love on the table. Because you have love to give. Something surrounded me. But you know what? I heard that and I was still angry. I was still angry because people were hurt in the vehicle. The car was crushed. I was spooked out. I knew we would have all kinds of trauma to deal with emotionally and physical healings to do. And I was angry because I thought to myself, you know, I thought I was doing the right thing by visiting somebody who needed us. I thought I did the right thing. Have you ever had that moment in your life where you thought you did the right thing but you got hurt? And you got angry and you didn't trust anymore and you say, I did the right thing. I shouldn't have been abused. I did the right thing. I shouldn't have been left. I did the right thing. I shouldn't have been humiliated. I did the right thing. Why did this have to happen to me? But that's because you don't see the big pictures. When you zoom out, when you have access to divinity and you look at the big picture of your life, you had to go through what you went through to develop the strength for where you're headed. things happen to you that hurt. I'm sorry that not everybody kept you safe. I'm sorry that the people that should have been there weren't. As a fellow human, I know what you went through was not easy, but I need your help now. I need you to let it go. I need you to let it go, because the more you go back to that story and you say, it's not fair. Why me? What did I ever do to deserve this? The more you keep replaying those tapes in your mind over and over and over so that you get to be right, so that you can play small, so that you can get pity. The greatest drug on the planet is self-pity. Whenever we feel we can't achieve something, our brains go, oh, you need an excuse why? Okay, I'll go look. Aye, aye, Captain. The brain gets to work and goes, well, remember when this happened when you were that age? Yep, you can blame that. Oh, look at this thing. Look how they treated you. Yep, you can blame that. Oh, remember how they hurt you? Oh, yeah. Oh, and then you get this whole, like, buffet, and you show up, you got this buffet of garbage, and you're like, oh, hey, this is why I didn't amount to much. Yay. Stop it! Listen to Sean. I am here to tell you I am a human laboratory. I have all the examples over and over in my life to have quit. I have all the examples over and over to not have felt sexy or important, or to say I can't make money or no one's going to listen to me. Do you know how many times I've been rejected? I've lost count. Do you know how many times people won't even look me in the eye because they're uncomfortable seeing a 3-foot-tall man in a wheelchair? Do you know how many times people laugh and point at me? You know how many times I've been stared at? Guess what? It doesn't matter. When people meet me, they go, oh, Sean, I would love to have your confidence. Like it just magically showed up one day. My confidence is a model ship. Yay! Look at me! I got confidence in model ship. Stop it! Nobody's confidence is on auto ship. They gotta hustle. I gotta work for this confidence. I'm going to teach you something now that I do to develop and fortify my self-esteem, fortify my confidence, so that you and no army can bring me down. You ready to know my secrets? I am not convinced. Are you ready to know? Right. The cure to insecurity is self-care. Self-care. Do you know I have something on my wall and in my pocket with me at all times called my When Life Works list? And it's a series of 16 action items that are simple to do, but if I do only 4 of them, if I only have to do 4, a quarter of my list, you and no army can make me feel insecure. You and no army can make me doubt myself. You and no army can make me wonder, am I enough? My self-care list, they're things that are simple. I'll do one of them right now for my own good. And let's get some hydration going. It's things like prayer or meditation. It's things like journaling. For me, it's things like spending time with kids. I have a beautiful niece and nephew, and they are just filled with energy. And when I hang out with them, they ask me a million questions. Sean, why is the sky blue? Sean, what about this? What about that? And they keep me curious. Things on my list are things like exercise. Hit the gym. I don't know if you saw, but I was at the gym. While you guys were talking about going to the gym, I was at the gym. So this is where I make you all look really bad, okay? But it's because I love you. We gotta do this together. Do you know the number one reason why people don't work out? The number one reason that people say they don't work out is, oh, I don't have the, what? I don't have the time. Oh, how great that the human race has come together to all agree that we don't have enough time. Oh, I would love to work out, Sean. Sean, but I have 16 part-time jobs. I have 32 children. Sean, when I go home, I have to clean every dish, and we don't even have dishes. Sean, you don't know. I can't work out. I don't have the time. And you know what? I say to these people, hey, okay. Do you watch cartoons? No. Why not? Because I don't want to. Oh, it's not because you don't have the time. It's because you don't want to. If that doesn't work, well, if they say, well, yeah, sometimes I watch cartoons. Then you come back and say, do you like to eat a bag of gravel in the morning? Just pure gravel? No, why not? Because I don't want to. Oh, not because you don't have the time. You just keep giving them ridiculous and absurd statements to get them to wake up and go, oh no, I don't work out because I don't want to. Well, that doesn't make me look as good. But Sean, that doesn't get me off the hook. No, but it's truth. Look, in your life, you make time for what you want. You do, you find it. You are on these Netflix marathons at 3 in the morning in the bed. Just one more episode. You're on Snapchat going... Speaking of social media, would you guys like to follow me on social media, yes or no? All right, let's just do this little shameless plug here. If you could put up the slide that connects with Sean Stephenson. So write this down. This takes you directly to my Facebook fan page. Hit the like button because I stream video live about 45 times a week. I've been streaming at this conference. I've been backstage streaming. This morning in the bathroom I was streaming, talking about you guys, how I was getting ready for you. I am constantly streaming my life. I walk around with 4 cell phones, one from each major carrier. Why? Because I am here to rid the world of insecurity. I will not be stopped. You have to find that reason why you were born. Because that reason is a purpose that will pop you out of bed in the morning at 5 a.m., hitting the shower, singing your little Teen Fusion songs or whatever. You'll just be getting excited. You'll be having fun. You'll be journaling. You'll be on your When Life Works list. You'll be doing the self-care. You will be marching out into the world. You'll be telling people about the business opportunity. You'll be telling people about the products. And when you come against the naysayers, when you come against the doubters and the haters, when you come up to those people, they're, network marketing. Ew. Don't get angry. No. Get loving. Get excited, get enthusiastic and say, you know what? I thought the same thing. If you would just give me a moment to share with you my results. I mean, look at me, bam, right? Show them that you're a product of the product. Become that. Roll up with your new car that you earned here and be like, oh, no, we want. Yeah, that's my car. Okay, yeah. But yeah, I like it. It's a really nice ride. But you know, I'm sure your ride is smooth too, right? Have a little don't play with them. Because it's not about the car, it's not about intimidating them, it's about inspiring them. It's about enthusiasm. Because the best salespeople, let's just talk about it right now, because I know out of 5,000 people, there's at least one of you in this crowd that's afraid to sell. Oh, I know who you are. There's just one of you. Well, Sean, what if they think I'm pushy? Sean, what if they don't like me because I offered them something? Well, the only reason why you would feel pushy is if you don't believe in it. The only reason why you would feel like you couldn't offer them the opportunity is if you didn't believe it was an opportunity. The only reason why you could ever be stopped in this company is the person in the mirror. That's it. There's a phrase I want you to write down. This is that emergency switch when times get tough. Because you know what? Let's be real, it's easy to have fun when you're surrounded by people that are like all pumped up and talking about making the good bucks and, oh, look at me, I'm squeezed into a really tight outfit. It's easy. It's easy to get confused, too. Stay on track here, okay? It's easy to get all pumped up and feel good and be confident, be happy when you're in this environment. But you know what? The majority of your life is not in this environment. The majority of your life, you're on your own. The majority of your life, you're driving in a car by yourself. The majority of your life, you're getting up, facing yourself in the mirror, brushing your teeth, looking yourself in the eyes. The majority of your life, there are not cheerleaders around you. Here is the emergency switch when you start getting down, when you start beating yourself up, when you are off your when life works list and you're on your when life sucks list. When you're on your when life sucks list, you're not showering, you're just doing that self-loathing, When you're on the when life sucks list, you're talking garbage about other people, you're gossiping. When you're on your when life sucks list, you're going onto other people's social media going, oh, I wish I had their life. And when you're in that moment of despair and you're beating yourself up and you think, I'm not enough, and am I ever going to survive? I want you to remember this one phrase. It's the phrase that separates me from the majority of the human race. It's the phrase that has allowed me to push through 200 bone fractures, multiple surgeries, 3 feet tall, having my heart stomped on and being cheated on in previous relationships, and having the wrong business partners, and all kinds of pains and aches. This one phrase has pushed me through. I want to give it to you, and write it down. Get back up. We're going to do an activity. It's going to be really powerful. It's going to make the hairs on your arms and the back of your neck stand up. I want you to whisper in unison with me. Repeat after me. Whisper, get back up. Louder. 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 You're going to have moments where really painful things will happen to you. Between this breath that you're taking and your last, you will go through pain. I wish I had some kind of magical fairy dust where I could go and blow it out into this room and all your problems would go away for the rest of your life. that I would be doing you a disservice. If I took away your problems, I'd take away all your strength. If I took away all your problems, I'd take away all your patience. If I took away your problems, I would take away who you're going to become to achieve what you need to do for the reason of why you were born. I smelled the cologne of the Grim Reaper 4 times. I've been curled up in hospital rooms, in vehicles, on cement. Excruciating pain coursing through my body. Wondering if I'm done this time for good. I hear a little voice right here always say to me, Sean, buddy, get back up.
Give me 1 second. So, you saw the website to connect with Sean, and I suggest, as I've done, to become part of this man's world, and I think now you can see why. Now you can see why I wanted to have him to talk to us today. Yeah. And I have to tell you that 2:30 in the morning last night, we weren't in a bar, we were actually in the store while Sean was signing 500 books, pre-signing. And we're gonna set up, there's an area being set up where in a few minutes you can exit and go line up and get an autographed copy of the book. He'll sign your name in it. I'm about halfway through this on audiobook as well, it's amazing. So we've got that for you. And you know, we talked a lot of specifics here about business, about Kyani and the mechanics, and I think we've had some of the best training in the last 3 days I've ever seen. What do you think? We've got an amazing afternoon set up for you after lunch. But part of being in this business, in this industry, is expanding your life. And part of what we're able to do because of the success of the team is grow. And whether that means outside speakers coming in to train us, whether that means personal development, whatever that is, we live better lives for it. And would you like to see Sean back again? We talked about having a survey. We'll prepare that, a second survey, specifically about this event. I think it's the best event I've ever been to since I was in Kyani. I'm prejudiced, but one other thing I want to make sure you can do for me and do for all of us, we talked about that yesterday, is make sure you fill out the existing survey at teamfusion.support. Teamfusion.support. We want to hear from everybody in the room. Share this link with your teams, because we know that with 87,000 people out there, this is a small slice of our entire team. As we approach 100,000 people, it's very easy for that new person not to find out that we have a mobile app. They don't even know what the Done For You model means. There's so many people coming in so quickly, we can't hardly tell the story fast enough. And so we want to reach down and reach out to those people to make sure we leave no one behind, right? Agreed? So spread that throughout your teams. I'm going to turn it back over to Steve to give you a few more announcements from behind, and we'll see you this afternoon for another amazing session. As you walk out, you'll see the signs that lead if you want to get an autographed copy of Sean's book. I appreciate it. Thanks. We'll see you this afternoon.
All right, Team Fusion, listen up. It is lunchtime, but listen carefully. Lunch is only an hour and 15 minutes. The store